Hey guys, it's your humble host, Kayla if you prefer, so I'm back with another video. Not the type of video I wanted to make, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. So, for those of you who are familiar with Tyrone, Moon, Hopper, Grasshopper, heads up, Pedo alert. So, I literally learned this hours ago, and I have a few things to show you. We'll start with this article. I don't want to spend too much time on this. This was from 8 years ago at this point. Reagan high school teacher charged 14-year-old student, alleged victim, a teacher at Reagan High School, was arrested earlier this week in conjunction with allegations he sexually assaulted a 14-year-old female Lago Vista high school student on December 19th after having picked her up after school that day. The Austin American Statesman reported that John Lee Bard, 33, was charged with enticing a child, a Class B misdemeanor, after Bard allegedly picked up the student at LVHS after high school on December 19th, an early release day, after being missing for 6 hours. 6? On that day, she reportedly told her parents she had accompanied Bard to his Austin apartment where they only watched movies and played video games. However, during an interview with Lago Vista police officers on December 23rd, the student reportedly became upset as she related details about her relationship with Bard, which began on Facebook. She was groomed for a full freaking month. A warrant for Bard's arrest was subsequently issued. In a Friday morning exchange with the Northern Shore Beacon Lago Vista detective, Frank Aloka, reported that Bard self-surrendered to authorities at the Travis County Jail on December 31st. Media reports indicate that Bard made $50,000 bail later that day with a court hearing set for January 16th. LVPD Detective Aloka declined making additional comment because the investigation is active and continuing. So, this is another article. This was updated. And they tried to say that the student in this one was not Bard's student. And there's no evidence at this time to indicate any Reagan students may have been harmed. We've all seen this type of story before. If there's one victim, there's usually more. Now, if more victims have come out, it's not been reported, and I've not been given that information, so I'm not even going to speculate. But that's the stereotype when it comes to these stories. And the mother grew suspicious, and the child broke down during the interview. So, yeah, let's move on to the registry profile, shall we? I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. Okay, this is John Lee Bard. Yeah, so this is him, and indecency with a child by exposure. Do the math. I'm not explaining it. Let's look at the court docs. This is my second take doing this damn video. So yeah, this is the first page, which pretty much talks about what the detective found. If I read it, it's going to make the video go longer. But the detective had reason to believe that John Lee Bard had intentions of committing a felony with a 14-year-old minor child, enticed her on Facebook, groomed her for a month, and to take her back to his apartment. Or you know what? That's the first page. Let's look at page 27, because when I was given this, I was told to identify certain pages because they had very specific information as to not make people dig. So, much appreciated. So this is all the requirements that Bard or Tyrone has to follow. So, read through all these. I'm going to point out some specific ones, though. We're going to start at 48. Internet may not be used to access material that is obscene, to access a commercial, social networking site for work purposes only. Where did I leave? Oh, there we go. To communicate with any individual concerning sexual relations with an individual who is younger than 17 years of age, or communicate with an individual younger than 17 years of age. See below. We will. The offender will participate in the sex offender electronic technology monitoring program as directed by the probation department and abide by all requirements of the program, which may include responsibility for any costs incurred for any software or related technology required to monitor the offender's computer use. For duration of probation term, 10 years. This one was penned in. Social networking site other than as required by employment or to promote or maintain a commercial social media presence for a non-sexually oriented business. So, meaning that he was allowed to use social media for business purposes only, nothing sexually related. Let's go down to page 40, shall we? Because this is the last one I was advised to point out. So, this is violations. Because Tyrone Bard was caught doing this. The state of Texas moves that the court proceed with the adjudication of guilt because the defendant has violated the terms and conditions of the deferred adjudication as follows. I'm sorry, I screwed up that word completely. Let's read. Specifically, the state will show that the defendant failed to avoid the use of alcohol, failed to pay court costs, failed to pay supervision fees, failed to pay restitution, failed to not establish online social media accounts under any alias as then provided by paragraph 48. The defendant has established online social media accounts under various alias names, failed to pay sex offender supervision fee, failed to abide by child safety zones by going within 1,000 feet of a premise where children commonly gather, failed to have no contact with minor children without another adult present who has been designated as a chaperone by the department's approved sex offender therapist and the supervision officer. Defendant is attending events in which minors are present. Failed to abide by internet restriction that prohibits him from using the internet to access material that is obscene. The defendant has used social media that has sexual material that is obscene, even for work-related purposes. I'm going to show you the first page of an email because, yeah, he was taking photos for a child taking photo company, photography, at a convention, Bell County Comic-Con 2017. Go through these documents yourselves because they do have obscene material. If I show this online, my YouTube channel is going to get struck. I cannot afford that right now. So, read them, but here's the first part. To who it may concern. I'm sending you this information concerning a John Bard Lee, who is potentially violating his probation by attending child-oriented events with a child-oriented company. In the screenshot below, there's a confirmation from a third party that Mr. Bard attended a family-oriented event called the Bell County Comic-Con 2017 with his girlfriend and her company, Glitter Princess Entertainment. So, there he is. This is the first page. Because there's other stuff that's attached that will get my video and my channel struck. So please, go through it and do not destroy your stuff as you are reading this because, yeah. Oh my gosh, why is it I do not understand why these people think it's a good idea to come around certain YouTube channels, mine being included in that, when we have vocally, vehemently said we have no tolerance for pedophiles or their nastiness. Go kiss the wall, go make love with it. Like, why would you come around me? Why would you come around certain other channels that are like, hell no, we find you guys, we're going to flush you out, be gone. So, I do need to give you guys a heads up because he may try to sneak into other communities. So this is a conversation I had with him back in February of 2022, and I've spoken with Sparky's Tech Corner, who's explained the situation. I've spoken with one of his mods, TC Rogue, and I've passed on this conversation because now people are keeping an eye out for him because he has violated his terms of parole several different times, as there's now court documentation for it, so he may try to slink off to another community. No. There's 3 screenshots here, and pretty much he had a falling out with someone called Lofi. I Not entirely sure who that is. So, but from what I'm hearing is Luffy possibly knew of what happened, of what he did, and continued to date him and so yeah. But he talks about rebranding. Since my split with Low, I'm basically thinking of rebranding with a new handle and such. So kind of pulling Tyro back to just a few areas. And let's see. I ask about Luffy. Don't care. It's not important. What are you thinking of rebranding to? I'm thinking VTuber. Try it out for fun. No name set yet. Female VTubers are oversaturated, but a ton of space for male VTubers. So there's no name. However, he goes on to say, I'm probably going to go with something humanoid. I'm thinking an ironic demon sort of thing. Of course I'm like this. I'm evil. Mockery through endorsement. And so I talk a little bit about, because I don't watch them. Most of the VTubers are weird, but yeah. So this talks about like logo, because he wanted my logo for like a video entry, and I had no idea this shit was going on. And anyway, so yeah, he may or may not try to slink off to the VTuber community. If any of you guys who are watching this, two things. Number one, if you have any contact with him still and you're in my circle, you either better cut contact or you better just freaking shove off. Because I find out, I'm burning your ass. I have no tolerance for that shit. I have no tolerance for people who keep that sort of company, and especially right now. I am so tired. This is the second person that has come to my attention to where they knew what I was involved with. And again, I'm no one important. This is not what I'm saying. I am saying specifically, for me personally, I have been vehemently vocal about people preying on children, whether it's the trans cult, whether it's other freaking people. You stay away from me. Go find the wool. That is the last thing you're seeing. Get the fuck away from me. So why is it that these people think it's still okay to come around and just dwell in the mist and like, hey, I'm one of you. No, you're not. Fuck off. So I just, golly. So that's the first thing. So any of you have any contact with TyroMoonHopper? Oh, by the way, so because he may change his thing just to show you that, yes, this is from Tyrone. Here's his username. TyroMoonHopper9207. Now, you can change your name all you want. You cannot change that number. That number is permanent. So say if I were to change from Chambers of My Heart and go with something like, I don't know, Nemo, I'd still be Chambers of My Heart, whatever my number is, because I don't have it memorized. But if you guys get what I'm saying, that number is permanent. So if you see someone that has the last four digits 9207, it's freaking Tyro. So yeah, I don't know what is going to happen. This blew up. I want to say I started to blow up from what I got told. Christmas Eve? Christmas? It's like 6 to 7 days at this point. So as I mentioned, I have spoken with Sparky, got his side of the story. I was not there. Nobody told me shit, and I wish they did. I wish people had told me, because I have no issue blasting people, dragging them across the coals for this shit. You can get fucked. So, yeah, nobody reached out to me, and I'm just finding this out. And I gave them my logo. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap it up here. So, major two things. 3. All this stuff is going to be in the Google Drive. Below, there's going to be a drive for this mess. 2. He may try to slink off to the VTuber community. Keep an eyeball. You guys have the description. Male VTuber, no name set. Humanoid that's ironically a demon for a mockery endorsement. 3. I catch anybody in my sphere communicating with him, you're going to go away. especially right now, because I'm not dealing with it. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one, and this was not the video I had any intention of putting out tonight, but oh well. See you guys later.